not going to delay the progress of the bill, and it makes sense.
David Shearer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I just want to also support the amendment put forward by Grant Robertson, and for similar reasons from what Chris Hipkins was just talking about as well. I mean, two things here I think we need to look at. I think, first of all, the bill is a contentious one. Over the last decade and a half, it's swung backwards and forwards between sort of voluntary and compulsory, and a review of that and the review of the way that the bill is progressing and how student associations are actually faring under this new regime, I think would be a good thing to institutionalise within the context of the bill, and with the addition of a clause 10. Of course, if and when we have the next Labor government, we'll probably be bringing this forward much more quickly than a 5-year review. I think that probably what we'll be looking at doing is putting in place a piece of robust and enduring legislation which would perhaps depoliticise this particular issue and enable a piece of legislation to carry on so that student associations do what they're supposed to do, which is to provide services and to be and to continue to provide the services and advocacy which they are doing, carrying on up to today. But if we were going to have a review, Mr. Chair, and it was going to be happening every 5 years, we would want that review to look at a number of different aspects. I mean, first of all, after 5 years, what services were being provided now versus what services are being provided 5 years from now? And if we look at the experience of both the Australian situation and what has happened with universities in New Zealand, we sort of know what's going to happen. I mean, what we'll see is a degradation of services. We'll see services taken over by the university. We'll see the universities charging students for the continuation of those services. We'll see the universities not only charging them but then contracting back much of these services to student associations who have been running those services for many, many years. And students will be paying a levy but without the opportunity to have the representation on what money is going to them and how that levy is being set. So I think that would be one aspect of a review that I would certainly welcome, Mr. Chair, as a result of a review into this area. We could also look at some of the issues that student associations are taking an active role in right now. That we, as New Zealanders, have an active interest in making sure it continues. That, for example, the student job search and the job search and the careers advice that is being provided, and that would to ensure that our students go on and be productive and members and making an enormous contribution to the workforce of New Zealand. The quality of
Sorry to interrupt the honourable member. The time has come for me to leave the chair. This debate is interrupted. I shall resume the chair at 7:30.